Hey sweet magical loves, we're so excited to be on live today because me and Jen have been channeling this most beautiful, gorgeous program called Intimacy, and we realized really we've been getting the downloads for this program probably like our whole life, and so we just kind of wanted to pop in and share some fun details and then also really support you in realizing how magical you are, especially during this time while the planet's just like raising its vibration and awakening, and we're all starting to realize like every single thing that we do really matters, right? Like our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our actions aren't just for us, but it's like really affecting everyone around us, right?
Yeah, and as we start to tune into that, it's really it's the journey of coming home to the self, right? So it's the more that we can understand how our thoughts, our actions, our emotions affect everything, and so we can learn how to play with the medicine of it. And we are so much more than just human, 3D beings. It's really about coming into alignment with body, mind, emotion, spiritual, and the congruency and the magic that contains, and that it's the way that you get to play with it, the way that it flows through you, the way that you are it, you are magic. And so it's like the coming home to the self and the playing with that, it's like we've just been talking in the sense of that, how everything is sacred. And it's so easy to forget that in our world. We have our daily things, we have what's going on, and it's easy to forget that the world is magic and that you are magic. And so this container that kind of Samantha said that, we've been channeling this our whole lives, and it feels like the what has transpired now, it's just, we're so excited, like our hearts are bursting in a way of being ready to share this, and such a joy and such, just been such magic.
Yeah, so we really want to break down for you, like how magical each and every tiny moment of your day could be. And sometimes that's really just like breathing a little bit more, or just like, when you tune in and you like align your energies and you decide to be like totally present, and you're not just like, you're not just like checked out. You're just like, okay, like this is happening right now. I'm choosing to align. I'm coming in. I'm turning on my electrical circuits. Like, what does it mean to like have your electrical circuits like lit up? And how does that change and affect like what you're manifesting, vibing in, and attracting in your universe?
Totally. And when you invite a presence, right, it's like so often so we can be either stuck in the past or future tripping or going on. And the present moment, it's actually the magic there, because you are then co-creating
Like,
for future. Hey. So that's like the beauty of the present moment. So inviting the presence and inviting the congruency of, the four bodies of the self. And so it's really like there's so much magic that gets to happen in the present moment.
Like, hi Mason.
Hey.
Yay, we're so excited you're here. Yeah, and so, we created this container. It's called Intimacy, and really it's like the more intimate that you are with yourself, the more that you can truly see yourself, then you get to kind of like steer your vehicle towards magic, right? Because I'm like, hi Indy.
Hi Indy, love you.
Yay. Because when you don't really master yourself, when you don't really understand you, it's like a very simple change in direction could either lead you towards magic or like really repel and cycle you into this like huge chaos, right? And it's just like that tiny little degree change. For instance, like if you're driving from like California to New York, it's like the tiniest little degree change can get you there directly, quickly, or you could be like making all these loops before you like get to that location, right?
Yeah, and it's like the alignment of this self and the different aspects too. It's like the frequency in which it emits. It's more direct. It's potent. It can happen faster versus being spread out really thin, right? Because we know it's like, oh, here. Our subconscious is a receptor. The world that we have lived in for so long, it's go, 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 go. We're told that it's strong to just keep going. And the importance of processing, of settling in, of bringing a presence for yourself to understand, to direct, to fine tune. It's again, it's like the medicine that is there is like no other.
Yeah, like it's been so much fun just like co-creating together, because for instance, like, you know, in the morning we're checking in, we're like, okay, like, what does your sacral say? You know, because we both do human design a little bit, and we're like, okay, what does your sacral say? And we're not like waking up and being like, all right, we have this many days, we have to create right away. We're like, okay, check in, like take a shower, feed yourself, nourish yourself, like really like take care of your temple first. And then once your temple feels like super charged up, then you're able to create, right? And when you create from that space, like everything that downloads just like comes in so much faster. And because that is so much, the alignment and the potency of that energy that's like flowing in, when you've taken time to take care of yourself first and then share, it's like you're doing this because you're giving to yourself first, and you're doing it because it makes you have so much fun, and then that overspill is then inviting, you know, magic for the other person as well.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Yeah. So and it's basically, it's like fine tuning your inner compass, right? So it's the more
You're
that
like,
you.
hi, Rebecca.
Hi. The more that you're in tune with that compass that is you, it's that inner guidance. It's like the voice can grow louder and louder until it is just a part of your being. There is even like no question. And when you follow that inner guidance, I mean, again, just magical things happen. How Samantha was saying, it's like in the design where we have been saying like, okay, here's this amount, this is like what's going on. And as we create and finding, where am I pushing? Where am I trying to make things happen? And when we can notice that versus the having to go, it's kind of leaning back, leaning in towards the self and asking that internal guidance, kind of, what's next? Lead me, show me. And when we've done that, I mean, just it's so much fun. It's so beautiful, the things that transpire and the synchronicities and the magic. And it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I had to listen to myself. And then this got to transpire, and the ways that unfolds is just so, it's so fun. Totally. It's so magical. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, you know, you're co-creating, you get to be a part of it, and life is happening for you versus to you. So it's really,
yeah, totally. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, for me, like I had 12 years of Catholic school programming. You know, I was like, I have to get this done, like this has to come out this like specific certain way, you know, and it was like, I was like pushing myself, you know, it's like, oh, this project has to get done. So I'm like squeezing and pushing myself. And then when I was doing that, like, I was like, I had acne all over my face, my chest, my back, you know, and it was like, I didn't know there was another way, you know. And now that like I've learned to just like lean back, like relax, like, okay, I'm doing a little bit. And then once I've like created a little potency, I'm like, okay, this is so good. Let me lean back, let me relax, like let me get guidance from source, let me receive, let me just like breathe into and tune into the magic like that's available for me, and then create from there. It's like you're constantly kind of like tuning in, checking in for that guidance, and then each piece that you're creating just like it flows so much faster. It's like so much more fun. And you know, even just sitting here, like we feel the vibes, you know, we're feeling like, oh, there's just like so much that's just like, you can feel all the angels, you can feel the fairies, you can feel, you know, a really cool example is just like last week, my friend, oh, maybe it was just, yeah, that was last week, I think. But anyways, my friend had a birthday party, and she was starting to get a little bit like stressed out. And she texted me, she's like, oh my gosh, like this is happening, you know. And then I was like, okay, sending you my angels, sending you the sparkles. And then all of a sudden it was like 2 women came and like set up the whole space. Like, you know, it was just like everything was taken care of for her. And you know, and so me and Jen are just like these constant reminders to let you know, like the universe is constantly taking care of you, nourishing and nurturing you. And with just like a few key tools to teach you, like, what does it really mean to like lean back? What does it really mean to like tune into that parasympathetic nervous system? Like, what is it really like feeling like to like feel your body, feel the sensations of your body? Like your body is basically like this like detective that's communicating with the universe 24/7.
Yeah, and I love that. And it's like, to add to that, it's that the inner compass, your inner guidance is so unique to you as well. And so the journey, the process, the unfolding in that to your truth, that's like the thing. It's not there is one way, there's so many ways. And so fine-tuning what that looks like for you, what that feels like through your senses, through your emotions, through the mental, like it's that journey of, okay, this inner compass that is me and my like connection to source is really that connection with myself, because you are source, you're an extension of source, you're a part of it. And so that journey to that is going to look so unique for you. It's going to be so personal. And this is where this container, like, it is intimate. It is intimacy with yourself. It is loving yourself inside and outside, and learning all the different parts and the frequencies, so that when you are like so in tune with what's going on. And that doesn't mean that, you know, within yourself, it doesn't mean having to be happy all the time or having the thing. It's like the internal compass that always guides you back home to yourself. And like that is the fucking magic. Like that is the point. That is that. It's like it always, so no matter where you are, you always come back home to yourself, which is source.
Yeah. And then it's like what's so beautiful about that is like you realize like everyone is you, everything is you. You really come back to that feeling and that understanding of like oneness, right? And I was like, hi Wendy, hi Court. You know, like as I was like setting up this space, you know, I think the old me would be like, oh my God, like, you know, I got to set up the space. It has to get done by this amount of time. You know, it's like just thinking about it very linearly. But, you know, as I was creating the space, I was like, what does this space want to be? Like, tell me what you want, you know? And I'm just like, I'm communicating with the space. I'm visualizing colors. I'm just like, I'm feeling into what needs to happen, right? And it was like so many little tiny miracles just happening. Like I was about to, like me and my boyfriend Angel, we were gonna go get plants, and we didn't even think about how we probably need a van to pick up plants that are like this big, right? And it was like just as, and I was kind of dawdling. I was kind of like, no, I want to do this first. I want to do this first. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And just as I'm ready to go, like my friend Emma, she texted and was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, we're just about to get plants. And she's like, do you want to come pick up the van? And I'm like, perfect. You know, so when you really start to like listen and dance with the universe, it's like that timing, you know, the timing is so perfect. It's like the synchronicities, the magic that just like you're like, whoa, that just showed up for me. I didn't even expect it, and it just happened. So that's what we want to like
playful,
teach you.
the unfolding. It's like that journey, that personal journey, and how it's like you get to co-create with the universe. You know, that's like that's innately in there. That wisdom, that co-creation, that play, and that magic. And again, it's like the whole. It encompasses the whole spectrum in the sense of, again, it's like always leading you home, the dance, the play, the magic. So yeah, we're really excited. Yeah,
it's basically like updating your operating system, right? Because it's like, you know, like even yesterday we were like, okay, let's tune in. Like what are the feels, right? Not like what should I logically do that's good for me, but like feeling into like, okay, what would feel really, really good? And we looked at the clock and we're like, oh, a glass of rosé would be perfect right now, you know? And there was like 15 minutes before the winery was going to close. And we go to the winery and we meet this girl that's like, oh, I'm from Seattle. And she's like, oh my gosh, like my name's Samantha. And like, wow, I've been looking for an energy healer for like over a year, you know? And so like, instead of like having to like push or hustle or do all these things to get clients, you just keep tuning up your vibration, right? So what me and Jen have created is like this super potent vortex that supports you in continuously tuning up your vehicle, like your temple, you know, the vibration of your being, so that you're expressing your spirit self like so much more.
And when you do that, when you're fine-tuning that, you are able to tap into
You're
that
like,
there is less need to put, you know what I mean? It's like things start opening up. There's a movement and a space that's created versus the having to, needing to, like, you know, all these things. It's like within that there's so much programming around that, and it's like how she was saying, it's like it's like retuning, like fine tuning. It's like reprogramming to a level. It's like, okay, this vehicle and how it operates and how it's like you are meant to be authentically yourself. Like your medicine, your uniqueness, you know, the way that spirit flows through you in your life experience, like the medicine of that is like exactly what the earth needs. And I think there's so many times, and just too, it's like, you know, we get so imprinted and programmed up, like, well, I have to do this job, or I have to be this person, or this is who I should be. And it's like, really, it's kind of unraveling and deprogramming these things into really like getting in touch with the self, getting intimate with the truth of who you are and how the universe so supports that and so loves you and is here to be like, yes, 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 be you, like be that magical you, because you are magic. And it's like, it is what the world needs. It is what we all need.
Absolutely. So your body is very unique, and your body is very, very powerful, and your body is this vehicle that's designed to carry you. It's designed to align you with like timing and the universe and all these things. So your body is communicating with you and letting you know like what is for your highest good, right? And you know, and so it's like, for instance, like the other day I was like hanging out with my girls and we're in the hot tub, and like logically I was like, I kind of want to stay longer, but my body was just like getting up out of the water, like drying off. I got to come back and work with Jen. And then it was like, then we downloaded so much magic. It was like the time I'm like, hi Sarah. But you know, it was just like the body frequency, like once you tune up the body is just like, this is for the highest good. Like this is the frequency, like this is where we go and this is what we do, right? And so you're not getting so mental about it, right? Because when you're making those mental decisions, when your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual body, when they're out of alignment, it's easy to make these choices that are only like satisfying one aspect of you, but not the whole essence of who you are. And so like in this intimacy course, you're like really starting to like get in touch with like your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual aspects of you, so you can bring all of that back into harmony. And then when you're taking action, it's just so much more potent. It's like, oh, this is what feels good. Okay, this is what feels aligned. This is what's sparking me right now. And then everything that you do just vibrates around you.
Yeah, it's almost like the rest of the things fall in line.
Yes.
So it's like if it's say maybe the emotional body is being practiced more or something, you know, that's like more of the operating vehicle. And so it's getting the alignment of, you know, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual in congruency, so it can work together. So it's like that again, it's like less having to try and do and force and push and pull, and more like being, which is like what we're here to do. And so and again, there's the cycles, the ebbs and the flows of that. So it's like when you have that inner compass, that fine-tuning of who you are and the knowing of yourself that always guides you back, it's that it can happen easier and easier. So it's like the understanding, ooh, I'm over here, maybe I'm spreading myself thin, maybe I'm operating from the system, and it's like, okay, I'm being all mental right now, and it's like not opening the heart, or you know, whatever's going on. So it's like the magic that gets to be amplified through the congruency, through the vehicle, through your you know, the magic of you.
And what's so great about that is like when you are in that magic, when you are in that alignment, like the biochemistry of your body begins to shift and change, because you're basically taking so much stress out of your system, and you're bringing yourself back into like parasympathetic nervous system mode. And when you're in like that parasympathetic nervous system mode, it's like your body is naturally resting and healing, right? And so when you're naturally resting and healing, like your state of mind is different. And when you're so for instance, like if you're in a generous mood, you're naturally going to take generous actions. And that generosity is naturally going to ripple into wealth creation. So it's like the way that your emotional body is running you, the way that your mental body is running you, it's like really taking time to like listen to those aspects of you and bring it back into harmony. Like that is what creates you, like the superhuman, the superpower within you, you know, like that's what creates that magic where you're like, oh my gosh, like I was in the right place at the right time. I talked to this person and then they introduced me to this, and like this and this and this and this, and all this magic just happened, and you didn't even plan for it, right?
Yeah. Yay. There's just so much magic.
Yeah.
So much magic. Magic in the daily, magic in you, and you know, we just are really happy to get to play and remind and
Yeah,
just
support you.
support you. Yeah. It's been so fun. It's been so fun creating, and just, you know, it's like anything too. It's like, if you've heard us before talk about, it's like anything that we create, any program, anything, it's like, you know, we have to live it too. And we have just been, like our hearts have just been this spilling over into, wow, I love living this one. I am so happy that this is what is coming through, and to get to just like be in it and bask in it. It is, it's been powerful.
Yeah, so what it looks like is it's a 30-day container, and you'll receive four sessions, so 4 energy upgrades from both of us, and those will be live. And what else?
Well, those are going to be 2. It's going to be
I was
aligning.
Like, this breadcrumb just went in my eye.
It flew in your eye. Yeah, the 4 live sessions are going to be tuning up. It's like body, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So again, the congruency with those bodies. I just like got a visual of like a breadcrumb literally.
I know.
Flying,
I was like, I know that was from earlier.
Lots of laughter and play. So there's going to be 2 live Q&As, and there's going to be there's 4 modules that will be going over 28 different light activations, to really tune in that frequency of the magical and the mundane, and come home to yourself and really tune in your inner compass, because you are your North Star.
Yeah. And what's great about it is like we're really like fine-tuning just like little tiny things that you're doing in your everyday. You know, something as simple as like, you know, vacuuming or something. Like, what are the energetic intentions behind that? Or drinking water and food. So it's like we're bringing so much magic into your just like the tiniest crevice of your everyday world. And in 30 days, we're so sure you're going to see like that like transformation where you're just like, oh, I'm being held by the universe. Like, you just feel this like, you know, I have clients that are like, I feel like I'm on drugs or something, you know, like they're like, it feels like I'm on shrooms. Like, like everything looks so clear and so colorful, you know, and like that's like the type of like, that's like, that becomes your everyday world, you know, because you're like, oh, like this plant is alive and it's communicating with me, you know, and it's like the colors in the sky are like so vibrant. You just get to like feel it all, right?
Well, it's when you get to know yourself more, when that space is created for you, the worlds open up, and the space for more, for co-creation with the world, with the magic, with the plants, with the everything. It's like, oh shit, like this is real. And so it's like it's peeling back the veils, peeling back the layers that keep those bound, that keep those locked, that keep those hidden or seem inaccessible. And so it's really, it's like these are everyday things that we all do, and so within it, it's like to find the magic, to peel back the veils, to really make the space for yourself, to see yourself, to love yourself, to play, to dance in the magic of who you are. And then that, the way that opens up like the multiverses of you opens up the multiverses of the universe, and how you get to play with it.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Yeah.
Yay. So if you guys have any questions on what this is, or if you feel like that vibe, that calling, like you're like, oh my god, yes, like yes, this is exactly like what I've been wanting to vibe in. Like, I want to get to know me more. I want to be more intimate with myself. I want to be more connected and tuned into the universe. I want more magic in my life. Like, I want to experience more miracles, and like I just want to know how to plug into that. If that's your feels, like this is the perfect portal for you. So just let us know, and we're so happy to be here.
It'd be such an honor to play with you and be in this container. So we love you, and just thank you for being you.
Yay, we love